Welcome to another session from LearnReason.com. My name's Matt, and this is part 4 in our Learn How to Mix video series. And in part 3, we leveled out all the tracks, and what this does is it allows you to hear everything basically at the same level. And whether you are the one who wrote the song and now you're going to be the mix engineer, or you're just someone who's just going to be the mix engineer, this is a different dimension, a different stage of the song. This is what I believe. And what I do at this time is I really take a lot of time to listen to the song in this dimension. And what it is I'm listening to all the different sounds, how they live together as they're all being played at relatively same volume. And this helps me hear where things might be competing for space. It lets me hear things that really don't have that much power. Maybe they're not meant to have that power. And so it helps you get a mental, a visual mental image of what this song needs to be in the whole stereo image of the listening world, if you will. So with that said, in listening to this, I want to work on the drum set and the bass synth right from the beginning. I want to get these two instruments sitting well together, and I want them well defined, because I believe in this song they are the rock that everything is sitting on. And it's not always the case. This is just the case for this song, and this is my humble opinion, and I'm the one mixing it. So I'm going to go for it. Okay, so I want you to listen to this. So I select this clip, and I'm just going to press P. And I want you to look at the kick here. Notice that the snare hits at the same time as the kick. The kick is hitting at the same time as the snare. And then I notice this too. I'm going to bring this guy over here so you can see it better. The fourth tom is hitting at the same time as the kick. And then I also noticed that, let's bring the bass synthesizer over. And you'll notice that the bass synthesizer is hitting it hits also at the same time as the kick. So we have a lot of things happening here at the same time. And what I'm hearing is the kick is taking away definition from the snare, and this fourth tom is taking away definition from the kick. And the tom and the kick are fighting for primacy in a frequency range, which is creating mud. And the kick is taking away definition from the snare, which is creating mud, in my opinion. The bass synthesizer is, well, it's actually kind of wimpy. I think it's a good sound, but we need to do something with it, because it's just not, I don't think it has enough oomph to it. And I'm going to do some things to it, and we're going to add some definition to the drum set, especially that kick and the snare and this bass synthesizer. So let's work on that and see what we can do. So let's go to the sequencer, and what we'll do is we'll just double click on this and open it up. Here is our drum set here. And you can see that here's our tom. being hit at the same time as the kick. And if we take this, let's just solo the drum set right here. And we can make this a little bigger. We'll just put the... And what's cool is you can do this, and if you want to see what things just sound together without anything else, you can just, I can select that MIDI clip and press P. So you can, and if you want, you can close it. We can go back into the mixer here, and we can solo the drum set, and now we can hear what it sounds like. We'll take away the hi-hat. Take away the hi-hat. And now we just have the kick and that tom. Now, I want you to hear the difference. I'm going to take away the tom. Do you hear it? That's mud. That will just cause your mix to be muddy. There's no definition. So when these two are hitting at the same time, which one are you gonna listen to? If you listen to them both, it's gonna be really tough. You gotta, in my opinion, you gotta have one or the other. And in this case, I think the kick wins out. I think it totally wins out. Okay, so now let's go into the snare. Let's get the snare, and here's our snare. Let's get that. Let's slow this down a bit. Let's slow it down so you can hear it. So we'll take away our hi-hats. And this is our snare without the kick. Do you hear that? You can hear the definition. There's no need to have the kick going at the same time as the snare. And what I'm thinking is that Theonard probably wanted a little more bottom end on his snare. That's a guess. I'm not sure. But you can add in, you know, bottom end to your snare with EQ rather than going into the frequency range of the kick. You know, you don't need to have your snare going all the way down into, you know, 60 hertz, you know, at high dB levels. I mean, you can. That's up to you, you know. If that's what you want, you can. But you're going to be fighting for frequency supremacy in various areas. So what I want to do is I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to close this. And I want to, this is just for this part here. And I'm going to show you a trick to be able to just edit all these very easily. And we'll just go to here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this track right here. I'm going to press F8. And then I'm going to go to the sequencer tools. And I'm going to go down to the bottom here where it says extract notes to lanes. And then I'm going to select explode and select move. And I'll press F8 again. And what this did was it separated all the MIDI data to its own individual lanes, which is really, really cool. Very helpful on drums, I'll tell you that much. Okay, here's our kick. And you can see we have a snare. I don't want the kick happening anytime there's a snare. So I'm going to double click on this. I'm going to play it and see, you know, where the kicks are happening. I'm going to erase the ones I don't want just to give the snare definition. Right there, I don't want that one. I don't want that one. Okay, we want that one. We'll get rid of the tom. I don't want that one. Right there. Okay, so we can close this. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Alt and just drag this down here. And then I can just Command Control C and just copy them all the way down. let's see here. Let's make this a little smaller so we can see it. And we don't want that one right there. We want it right here. Right there. Bam. And then we can just grab this guy right here, drag him down, and I'm just going to mute this track now with all the bass kick hits, and we should be good. And now we just need to find the tom. I think the tom is right up here. So let's grab this. Let's see right here. So let's listen. So that right there, let's get rid of that. Right there, we don't need it. Right there. So basically, I think what we could do, I think we can just get rid of all these. We don't need them in. And maybe get these guys right here out. And let's just listen to this now. And we'll go back into the right here and just listen to it. Do you hear the definition now? We just took away a couple things. We didn't add anything in. We just took things out that were competing with each other, and there's just really no reason to have them in there. And just listen to that definition.
Every street I walk on becomes a lover's lane when I'm with you.
Okay, I think that's going to help out. We'll create a parallel channel for our kick. We just create a parallel channel right there. And I'm just going to take this and go into our EQ. Okay, and you know, you can make this EQ window a heck of a lot bigger. I like to make it a lot bigger when I start messing with the different frequencies. I want to see everything, and it makes it better, especially if your eyes are going bad on you. And you can press F2 to make it go away. Let's see here. Oops, sorry. Let's go back here and just let's just grab some of this right here.